Hey, my friend, today I'm going to talk to you about how to find the right person. Don't guess, don't just get the promise they give it to you because they always say that hire slow and fire fast. The hire slow means you got to check a couple of things, different things. Of course, you're going to check when you're hiring somebody, and even it's for like if you want a long-term friendship with somebody, you need to also know the personality because, and especially when you going to hire somebody for your company and you want to pay them and you want to depend on certain tasks for them to do, your business may have different kind of task. The salespeople will be different than the people who are doing the admin, or the marketing people will be different than the admin people. So there are different kind of personality you need, and a disc profile is the right start to get to know them. Again, the disc profile can change because the disc profile is the behavior, is the personality now, but somebody can learn, do some classes, some courses, and then they can read books, and then they can change their or grow their personality. So that's possible, but remember, zebra does not change stripe much. So for you to be, before you take a risk, it's a great idea to do the disc profile test. Okay, now I'm going to go through first what is a disc profile test and how do you get that. Okay, I'm going to show you a platform I use called WiseHire, but you can get a free disc profile from tonyrobbins.com/DISC. You're going to get the similar report, but let's understand what is a disc profile. Okay, so in the disc profile, let me share this with you. Um, I'm going to go to anyone, so it's not really doesn't matter. Say go here. Okay, now it looks like this: four different color. You see red, yellow, green, and the blue. So this is D, I, S, and C. Now D is for, you see here, is called decisive, means they are more directive. So anytime you're looking for a manager, anytime you're looking for somebody who will track your business, who will be more like even salespeople, you want them to be more directive, like get to close. Your D has to be at least, you see there's a number here, at least 50% or more, because somebody with a lower than 50% will be soft hearted and they will not close the deal. They'll be good for some other position, maybe marketing, but not for the sales or not for the management position. Okay, then number two is the interactive. Your front desk, the girl or guy on the front desk has to be interactive. If they are introvert, your customer is not going to get the right feeling. So your salespeople, they have to have at least 50% eye. Your front desk people, again, someone who like to talk, someone who like to give a speech, they have to work on this to get a little bit high. Okay, now S is stable, means they're great team player. Sometimes you don't have to have a manager to be a high C, that's fine. But you want, if you have a team you're building, you need to have these people little bit high C, not in, because this is like a low, means they're more independent, so they don't work with other people much. So but if you have a business, where, like, say you sending your salespeople separately, it's okay, they can have a high S, no problem. But if you have an environment where in your business everybody work together, on the same project, this has to be a little bit high. Then otherwise there'll be a problem, because the people with the low S will not like everybody. So you got to be mindful about that. Now the C, now C is cautious. So you want, for example, your accountant or bookkeeper, or your personal assistant, you want the C to be a little bit high because they have to be little bit of cautious, not salespeople. You don't want the salespeople to be high C, because if the C is high, they're so cautious and they're a perfectionist. Okay, so you don't want your salespeople to be perfectionist. Then they will never make a sale. They always want to be make it perfect. So this is basically little bit, but little basic up on this, but make sure that you know this, the meaning of D, I, S, and C, because that's what you're going to look for in the people you hiring. Okay. Now, let me go back and let me show you a couple of examples. Okay, so there are different here. Automotive finance is almost the same. The assistant in automotive business or mortgage will be the same thing. But I'm going to let's start with the real estate. Why? Because there are many variety, as you see, like there's so many different things on the same side. If I go to, for example, automotive business. Oh, yeah, they also have a variety, but not that much. Or if I go to, say, insurance business, yeah, they do have also a little bit variety, but say construction business, is different. So let's start with one place first. Start with the real estate. Okay. Now, in the real estate, when it comes to sales, there are buyer's agent hunter and buyer's agent consultative. The difference is consultative people, they are not going hunting it. They People come to them, they're sitting and discuss, telling them how the process works. Is different personality than hunter. Hunter is like they're going out there and getting the client home. Okay. So let's see what we have in a consultative people. As you see here, they're highly interactive. Also, they are very, very high decisive, because they have to do the closing. They don't have to work with many people, so S can be low, and definitely C has to be low. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the next one. Let me go to the hunter. Is mostly the same, but you see again the D and I are very high. S is little higher than the other one, because they have to maybe collaborate with somebody to to get the, talk to people, maybe do networking and all the stuff. Okay. Now let's do the accountant. Okay, it's totally different personality. Now let's look at the accountant. They have low D and low S. You don't want your accountant talk a lot. Okay. Now they may need, see, it's 50 almost. So they need to maybe work on some collaboration, and then C has to be so high. See, it's 80%, means they have to be very, very cautious. So that's the way it goes. Okay, now let's go to the another position. Okay, so okay, the assistant. Okay, look, assistant also has a high C, and you see stability is very high, because this assistant has to cooperate and coordinate with different kind of people, so the S has to be high. The assistant, they have to do some talking, but not a lot. Okay, they don't have to be decisive, because they can be soft hearted, and that's fine. But some talk doesn't need to be decisive. But it has to be high stable and high cautious. And then let me see the manager position. Okay, so let me go. Okay, so okay, so managing broker. Okay, look, now the broker, being a broker, has to be high cautious, because they have to follow the rules and regulation and all the stuff. And so that's a little different than a regular. But let me go to some other, like a home services. Okay, let me see here in the home service, say, supervisor. Let's see. Now the supervisor, see, very cautious, some stability, and the same like a broker. Um, okay, now let me go to, say, hospitality. Let me check with the um, host. Same thing. See, the host has to talk a lot, not decisive, high stable, has to work with different personality. Same thing. So that is the basic of the disc profile, because you have to understand different personality. You cannot put, again, somebody very cautious on the sales, or somebody very talkative, on the in the admin position, because that's not going to work. Okay. Let me see if anything is the marketing. Marketing. Okay. Marketing. Okay. Look how it did change. They don't have to be decisive, they don't have to be too much interactive, but what they need to be, they need to be stable, they need to do a lot of things with collaboration, okay? And they have to be cautious, because when you're designing something, you have to be cautious, you have to be, it's close to the perfection. So this is very, very important. So let me know what do you think, because this is so important for you to know the disc profile before you hire somebody, or in anything. I'm telling you, like, the disc profile is a must to start any kind of relationship, so your expectation level you set up as per the disc. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this, and if it helps to build your business, build your team, I'll be very, very happy. Other than that disc, there's a value check also. If you want, make me a comment, I can talk about that also, how to see the value of that person, how they provide the value. And again, thanks for watching, and remember, always believe in yourself, because you can and you will.